Hey guys, so today is 6 days before Christmas and we're gonna do a badass balancing routine. So just get prepared to fall out of stuff because that's probably gonna be happening, but it's half the fun. Let's do it. All right, we're gonna start standing at the front of the mat, just pressing down into your feet here. Use a huge inhale to reach your arms over your head, maybe lean back here, just get a little stretch. And then as you exhale, just fold over your legs, let it go. Sway a little side to side, bend one knee, bend the other knee. Just shake out your hips a bit here. And plant your palms. Step back to your high plank pose here. Once you're there, we're gonna lower and lift a few times just to get the blood flowing. So knees up or down, just lower halfway down. And all the way up, bend halfway down. And all the way up, just 3 more, halfway down. And up for 4. And up, the last one. And all the way up and back to your down dog. During your down dog, just pedal on your feet a little bit. Let your hips sway a little side to side. And we'll move through a little balancing routine, or a little routine just to get our heart pumping. So inhale your right leg up behind you. You can bend the knee, open up the hip here. And exhale to swing it through for your low lunge. Press into your feet. Inhale, lift to your high lunge. Exhale, release your hands down. Plant your palms. Step back to your plank pose. Lower and lift 2 times. Just lower halfway down. And all the way up. Bend halfway down. And all the way up and back to your down dog. Same thing other side. Inhale your left leg up behind you. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Exhale to swing it through, low lunge. Press into your feet. Inhale, lift to your high lunge. Exhale, release your hands down. Plant your palms, step back to your plank pose. Lower and lift 2 more times. Lower halfway down. And all the way up. 1 more, halfway down. And all the way up and back to your down dog. That whole thing 1 more time each side. Inhale your right leg up behind you. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Exhale, swing it through, low lunge. Press into your feet. Inhale, lift to your high lunge. Exhale, release your hands down. Plant your palms. Lower down just 1 time here. Lower halfway down. And all the way back to your down dog. Inhale your left leg up behind you. Bend your knee. Open up your hip. Exhale, swing it through, low lunge. Press into your feet. Inhale, lift to your high lunge. Exhale, release your hands down. Plant your palms. Step back to your plank. Lower halfway down. Inhale, all the way back to your down dog. If you're there, just start to pedal on your feet a little bit and start to take a walk. Feet up to meet the hands. Just a nice little stroll. If you're up there, just fold over your legs, heel toe your feet apart nice and wide, and grab opposite elbows, bend your knees a whole lot, rock a little side to side. Just allow your heartbeat to settle for a moment. And then go ahead, release your hands down, press into your fingertips, looking forward. And plant your palms, step back to your down dog. During your down dog here, inhale your right leg up behind you, bend the knee, open up the hip, and exhale to swing it through, low lunge. Press into your feet, inhale, lift to your high lunge, reach your front leg nice and long, and tip it forward, standing split. So press into your palms, reach your back leg towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, release your left foot to meet your right, and just fold over your legs. Chair pose, bend your knees, sink your hips, big inhale, lift high into your chair. As you exhale, twist on over to the right side here. So you can press your palms together, maybe you rock your hips side to side here. And keeping this twist, press into your left foot, start to come up to stand, bring your right leg with you. At the top, just slide the hand on the outside of the knee here. You can hang here if you want to take the hand on the outside of the foot. And maybe on the inhale, you start to kick your foot forward, reach your arm back, maybe you look back. Play with your balance. And dancer pose from here. So just dropping this foot behind you, grab a hold of the inside, stay soft at first. And on the inhale, just start to kick into your hand. See if you can lengthen out your spine, lengthen out your neck here. 1 more big inhale. As you exhale, go ahead and release out of this. Give your knee a little squeeze. And wrap your 2 fingers around your big toe here. You can hang here. If you'd rather start to kick your foot forward, that's something to do too. Just extending the leg. And we're going to move from this to a dancer a few times. So release the foot if you got it, just sliding it back behind you, grab a hold. Use an inhale to lengthen out here. And as you exhale, release the foot, kick the foot forward, grab a hold of that toe, and kick it out. 2 more times. Exhale, release, take it back to your dancer. Inhale to open your dancer. Exhale to release out of this, give that knee a squeeze. Grab a hold of the toe, inhale to kick it forward. Last one, exhale back to the dancer, big inhale to open into it. And exhale to release out of this. Just give that knee a squeeze in towards your chest here. And we'll come to, we're going to dive down to a half moon open. So just taking your left fingertips down to the ground, reach that back leg back, reach your right arm up. You can press back in that back heel, help with your balance. If anybody wants to grab a hold of your back foot, maybe you do a little back bendy thing here. It's just something to play with. If you got the foot here, just gently release it. Warrior two, softly release that foot all the way back. Once your feet settle in, use a huge inhale, lift everything up, and an exhale to sink. Tip it back to reverse here, and we'll cartwheel our hands down for your low lunge. Pick up your back heel, rocking your hips side to side, relax your head and neck. And press into your right palm, lift your left arm up, just take a big twist towards your knee here. And exhale to release both hands down, release your back knee down to the ground, keep your back toes tucked and just sink your hips back towards your heels. Give your hamstrings a little stretch here, just folding over. And starting to crawl your fingertips back forward here. Lift up your back knee, press into your feet, use a big inhale to lift to your high lunge. And exhale to release your hands down, step back to your plank pose. Lower halfway down, and all the way back up to your down dog. So we'll do that whole thing one more time on the other side. Inhale your left leg up behind you, bend the knee, open up the hip here, and exhale to swing it through for your low lunge. Press into your feet, inhale, lift to your high lunge, lengthen out your front leg long, and tip it forward, standing split. Press into your palms, reach that right leg nice and high here, and release your right foot to meet your left, and just fold over your legs. Chair pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips, big inhale to lift high into your chair. As you exhale, twist on over to the left side here. So staying twisted, just pressing your palms together, press into your right foot, start to come up to stand, bring your left leg with you. At the top, you can just hold on to this knee. Maybe you want to slide the hand on the outside of the foot. And on the inhale, just kick the foot forward, reach that right arm back. One more inhale here. As you exhale, dancer pose, so just release this foot behind you, grab a hold of the inside, stay soft and easy. And on the inhale, just start to kick into the hand. See if you can lengthen everything out. One more big inhale. As you exhale, just release out of this. Give your knee a squeeze in towards your chest. And we'll grab a hold of this big toe with your two-piece fingers. On the inhale, start to kick that foot forward if you want. And we're going to move through that with a dancer. So exhale to release to dancer. Inhale to open to your dancer. And exhale to soften out of this. Give that knee a squeeze. Grab a hold of your toe. Inhale to kick it forward. And exhale to dance it out. Release it behind you. Inhale to dancer. And exhale to release out of this. One more time. Grabbing a hold of that toe. Kicking it forward. Big inhale here. And as you exhale, release. Just grab a hold of this knee. Give it some love. And we'll take a dive for a half moon. So just dive in this. Left fingertips down to the ground. Keep that back leg back. Reach your left arm nice and high. And from here, if you want to grab a hold of your ankle, you can. Just something to do. You can lean back into it. Just really pressing down into these fingertips down here. And from here, just release the foot if you got it. Warrior two, release that foot all the way back. Once your feet settle, big inhale lifts you up here. And exhale to your warrior two. Tip back to reverse. And cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot for your low lunge. Pick up your back heel, relax your head and neck, just allow your hips to rock side to side. And press down to this left palm, lift your right arm up, take a twist towards your knee, just open it up here. And release both hands down, release your back knee down to the ground, keep your back toes tucked, and just sink your hips back towards your heels, come to your runner's lunge, and just fold over your front thigh here. So low lunge from here, just crawling your fingertips back forward. Lift up your back knee, press into your feet. Big inhale, lift to your high lunge. Exhale, release your hands down, plant your palms, step back to your plank pose. Go ahead and lower halfway down. And inhale all the way back to your down dog. During your down dog here, just release your knees down to the ground. We'll just take a little back bend. So just sweep your left hand behind you, press into the palm, lift your hips up, reach your right arm towards the back of the room. Just get a nice stretch. And as you exhale, release your hips back down. Switch hands. So right hand finds the ground. Big inhale to lift up your hips. Reach that left arm back. And exhale to release both, or your hips down, both hands behind you. Press into the palms. Big inhale to open up your hips. Just allow your head and neck to fall behind you here. And exhale, release your hips back down. Sweep your fingertips forward. Press into your palms. Tuck your back toes. Use a huge inhale to lift your hips all the way back to your down dog. During your down dog, just soften your knees. Start to take One last walk, feet up to meet the hands, little stroll to the front of the mat. Once you're up there, just go ahead and heel toe your feet nice and wide. And release your fingers to wrap around your toes, bend your knees a whole lot, and just pull your head down here. Just soften, relax, and fold. And starting to release your hands here. Go ahead and press into your palms as you sink your hips down into your squat pose. Once you're in your squat pose, if you want to take a little twist here, just planting one palm down, lifting the other arm up. And then just taking the other side. Take the other palm down, lift the other arm up. And exhale to release both hands down. We're just going to play around with a little crow pose here. So if you're down to go for it, see if you can press into your palms, lift your hips up a whole lot, relax your knees onto the backs of your arms, start to look forward, and just start to lean forward. So it's not about arm strength, it's actually just about leaning far enough forward that maybe your toes just float off the ground here. If this isn't working for you, you can always exhale to release out of it, and then inhale to just rock a little bit forward. Just make sure you're staying with your breath. The exhale takes you back, the inhale rocks you forward. A few more, exhale back, inhale forward, last one, exhale back, and inhale forward. If you got this hold here, maybe you just press your toes together, or maybe you want to explore. You can kick one leg out or the other leg out. Don't worry about being in a little box in your crow. Always move around in it. And go ahead, release your hips down to the ground. Give your knees a nice little squeeze in towards your chest here. And just send your legs long out in front of you. Bend your knees a whole lot. Crawl your fingertips forward. And just melt over your legs. Relax your head and neck. And just take a huge inhale through your nose. And a huge exhale out your mouth. And just starting to crawl your fingertips back towards you here. Go ahead and give your knees a nice squeeze in towards your chest. Show it some love. And you're done. Day 6. All finished. So now that you're a badass balancer, I will see you in day 5. Don't worry if you fall out of poses. It's not a big deal. Just laugh at yourself. It's just yoga, people. See you later.